Okay. Hey brother, how you doing? Um, s- s- Good, good. So I just got it rolling, and I'm just gonna just tell the guys what's happening. So this was a while ago. I posted something, and I said if you retweet it, uh, I will be happy to jump on a call and see if I can help anybody. And I'm just keeping my word. It's been a while. So no, I thank you. I appreciate you, and feel free to ask away anything you want. Um, yeah. Mm, hmm. Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I've been trading for about 9 years or maybe longer, and I still struggle with it. And it really has to match your personality. There's some people that what they do is they say, if this is your stop, I'm gonna cut it completely. So they use a hard stop. And for me, it's more difficult because I'm a bit more like a fluent trader. So let's say like right now in front of me it's Yuma, um, and if the stop is at 6, I usually will cut 2/3 or some a large portion through hard stop, or um, I don't. How do you maintain the discipline? You have to work on it, and I think the best answer is, have you been trading for a while, by the way? How long have you been trading for? Sorry. I'm okay. So by the way, I'm okay. Okay. I am a horrible interviewer. I'm a horrible helper, but I have been through a lot of pain, so I apologize if I'm going back and forth and all these questions are coming out and not in correct order. Um, I would say use hard stops, bro. Hard stops. And the reason behind that is there's a guy by the name Ricky Analog whom you should follow. Um, I don't know if it was him or somebody else that said it's always better to be in a trade and wish you were in a trade as opposed to you're in a trade and you're like, I wish I wasn't. So how do you maintain a discipline, bro? Um, you gotta have first you have to have something that's working, that you know has an edge. And the biggest problem is, even if you have an edge, risk management is king. Anybody that all day faders, my cats, anybody that's been in here long enough has blown up multiple accounts, have taken a lot of losses, six-figure losses, some seven-figure losses. Hard stops, bro. I hate. I don't hate to say it, but hard stops, hard stops. Yeah. Mm, mm. Welcome to the party, brother. I've blown 9 accounts. This stuff is not easy. Um, you have to, and I don't think it has nothing to do with the account size. It's good that you're using. It's always in comparison to how much money you have, right? So it's all about discipline. So it's like we can't say, well, I'm not going to utilize hard stops because my account is small. First, it depends how much that money means to you. If it doesn't mean anything, it's different variables. But the thing is, bro, especially, are you a short seller? I'm assuming you are because you follow me. Okay, so I'll tell you something, bro. Okay, your your risk management is the issue, bro. Your risk management is the issue, and start using hard stops. Don't worry about it. So let's talk about the risks and how do you use hard stops. So there's multiple things. Do you have hotkeys? So you don't use hotkeys. How do you execute? How do you? Yeah. What do you mean? How? Yeah. Okay. I have Trade Zero as well. I have Trade Zero, IB, Centerpoint. Um, my question is, do you have hotkeys in there? I understand you use the level two. So what button do you have that? What button do you have that automatically exits you out? Okay. Okay. Do you find that sometimes when you're down a lot that you hesitate and your losers are bigger than you expect? Okay. 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 So listen to me very, very carefully, please, because I I hope that this will help you save you 50, 80,000 or whatever it may be. It'll save you a lot of money. This is a very, very important lesson. If you have that mindset that if your stop is hit and it comes down, if that works 2 out of 5 times, 1 out of 5 times, that is the most disgusting money you could have. Unless, so there's no, what I'm trying to say I want to say it in a very strong way, but I don't want to come be rude, is 100%, 1,000%. If you make money the wrong way, if you make money which wasn't part of your trading plan, if you let go of your risk, it went against you. If your risk was 20 cents and it went 80 cents against you, and you made money on that, that is the most, you yourself have to hate that money. You have to feel bad and you have to make, I don't I don't know how to, I'm not a psychologist, but you have to be disgusted by yourself with that, because you know what will happen? That negatively conditions you to be like, you know what, next time I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it feel over under. And I'm not saying that, like, I am that type of person where my trades are like discretionary. So if I'm using a $6 as a stop, usually I have a stop at like 611, something like that. I have a hard stop for a large portion of it, or 606, whatever it is, and then I will re-add, or if it stays above, I'll cut it. So that's a different type of trade. But bro, that mindset is the problem. So I'm gonna just give you everything that I learned the hard way. You have to have hard stops. Like if you're starting up and you're in 4 months, you have to have hard stops. And I understand people say, yeah, the market makers can see blah 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 blah. Bro, just re-enter, re-enter. All the guys at 7 Point Capital, that's the same way. Especially if you're starting up, you have to have hard stops. And I'm gonna give you another tip for Trade Zero. Trade Zero, bro, the button that I'm assuming the button you press is at the level two. It's like buy, sell, short, whatever. Have two of those, okay? One of them have a range order. So Do not, if risk management is your number one issue, do not enter a trade unless you have a clear risk level. And then, by the way, I apologize. Are you a scalper or are you a long-term player? Do you know? 10 minutes? Okay, okay, perfect, perfect. Um, so what you need to do, bro, is if anything you want to learn from this is number one thing right after this call, or even after while we're doing it, or right after this call, trade zero, do two things. Have a button, set up a button that's liquidate all. For me, it's a stupid button, but it's an escape. Anytime I feel uncomfortable, anything, I press that button. I have to click on a level 2. When I click on the level 2, I press escape, boom, it liquidates me. Another thing you need to have, bro, you need to have two level 2s for every ticker. One of them, you know what a range order is, right? Okay. Bro, before you enter a trade, freaking put where your hard stop is going to be. And if your hard stop is at 6, don't put 601. Put 606 or something like that, okay? So you have to put that. So before you enter a trade, if you want to short a stock, it's at 580, 590, whatever it is, 570, and your risk is 6. You cannot, do not, if you are struggling with risk management, do not enter a trade unless you put your stop at the range order. And then you can enter. That will make hell of a difference. Yeah. Sorry if I was very aggressive. And it's, it's, bro, this is, I'm telling you, the amount of money that I've lost in that, where thinking, you know what, like sometimes it's worked. When I was like starting up, the stocks came back down, and then all it takes is one time, bro. That's if you're a short seller, and I know you follow me, and like you see a lot of other guys on Twitter. It's like the trades work out, etc. Sometimes psychologically, subconsciously, whatever the hell the reason is, people don't post their losses, bro. As a short seller, if you don't obey your stop, like you could get, you could be right 80, 90% of the times. That one, literally, it takes one time, you'll blow up. One time. Mm, mm. Yeah. Yeah. It will happen a lot, man, and the best thing to do is just you have to. What setup is it that you're talking about? I'll tell you anything you want to ask me. I'll be very blunt and very direct. Ask. That's a beautiful play. Beautiful play. Yes, I agree. Yeah, 100%. I don't believe in, this is my personality. I don't believe in EMAs and all that jazz. I am a volume flow player. Yes, I like that play. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, one of the other things, bro, is that stocks won't always, things won't always work out. Um, So not every time will it work. Like, it's stocks is not like binary. It's not like if it gets to a volume level, it should fail. It won't be like that. Do you know how to tape read? Tape reading? Okay. Well, but nothing by itself is enough. It's better to have multiple variables. So why does the, I'm sure you know this, but why does a resistance at a high volume level work? And how do you determine it has high volume? Do you use TOS? Okay, perfect. You see the volume profile there, and you see if it's a heavy resistance, you come on there, and then you try to short it, right? Okay. So my recommendation, brother, is two things that are very important, and I hope and I pray that you do. One of them is have don't enter a trade unless you have your hard stop ready in the range order. So have two level twos right. Number two, you need to have um, a a button where you press and it liquidates you. Anytime you feel uncomfortable, anytime you feel like I'm not sure, just exit because you can always re-enter. So that's the other thing. And the third thing, bro, is you need to practice on tape. Um, because did you play CPAH yesterday on Friday? CPA, okay. I was just gonna say if if there was a lot of people that were probably in it, it was short crowded, it was a float rotation, and people that didn't have hard stops, I'm sure they were risking like 10, 12 cents, and then they got ripped $1. So their loss risk went 10 times higher. Uh, so sometimes, so going back to that, your second concern is that you're not sure if the setup works. Um, from my 9 years of experience, you need to add more variables. Things are, if it was as simple as anytime it comes into a heavy volume resistance and you should short, then a bot will take over. So you need to wait. When it gets to that resistance level, how does it acting? Is it acting heavy? Like there will be volume profile at 4. So when I say volume profile, there's a lot of volume there. And if it starts acting heavy, then you take a short. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you have to do that. You have to do that. No worries, brother. What else? Hmm. Honest with you, bro, I am so bad at answering those questions because I hate when somebody asks me personally, how much did you make, what your share size is, all that stuff, and I don't know the ideal size. I mean, let's do some math quickly. Um, what I could say is it's based on your performance. So your question is, what's the ideal amount to start, right? Yeah. So I would take account to the platform fees. For Trade Zero, you're probably paying $100 USD a month, and you have your locate fees, and you have that. I, I, I don't know, man. I like, and I know this freaking YouTubers and like trading gurus are like $500 to 100,000, a million. I don't know. I can't. That stuff is unfeasible. I think the dollar amount doesn't matter. Just as long as your fees are covered. That's a very complicated thing to answer because the reason being is it's complicated. Is sorry, by the way, I apologize. These are questions that I always dread answering. So, but I have to answer. I think you should focus. My truthful answer that I ask my inner self is you have to focus on your performance, not how much you have. Can you go with $1,000 to $2,000 account that you have? Yeah, you can, bro. Yeah, you can. What you have to care is how much you risk. So if you have risk 2% or something, like in this account, if you're a losing trader, don't try to become a profitable trader that makes like that converts 1,000 into 10,000 if you're starting up. Even if you doesn't matter how long, you should work on your performance. Do you use a website called TraderView? You have to. You have to. Okay. I'm gonna see it right now, even though we're recording. I'm gonna send you a screenshot right now, or I'm gonna take a picture from my phone. I sent it to your. I sent you a picture. This website you have to use, bro, because the answer that you're asking, the true answer, the true answer from somebody that has been in your shoes, that's been trading for a long time, that has lost a lot of accounts, the true answer comes from performance. It doesn't really matter how much you have, it's how you're performing. Are you if are you performing well? Like is your accuracy 50%? Is your winner the same as your loser? Those are the two variables that you need to focus on. And the other variables that you need to care about is are you meeting the um, the requirements, like the $100 per month? How much are you risking per trade? Do you know? Mm, $20. Of 100 or 800? 800? 800. Okay, 100. Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, you need to follow that. Yeah, yeah, don't do that. Yeah. So here's the thing. Based on because I know how Trade Zero works, and I know if you have less than 200 shares and you're taking liquidity, you're an international, they charge you money. I hope your expectation is not to make money. With with these figures, you're not gonna make. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect. That's a perfect mindset to have. And let's ask ourselves how are you gonna know that whether you got it right or not? And for me, the answer comes down to what's your accuracy, and then what's your how big is your winner versus a loser. And I don't know if this is a lot of information, but you install like get TraderView, upload your Trade Zero performance, and in there you will see your profit factor, or in there you will see your thing, and that will determine how well you're doing. You have to track. As soon as you start tracking your performance, where you make a mistake on, you will do really well. So work on the risk management, bro, and get the TraderView. And tonight, I would highly recommend you putting everything, even after we're done with the call. Feel free to like shoot me a message, and I will run through TraderView with you, and I'll see, and I'll help you through, guide you through what variables are, what they mean. This is a very, very powerful tool. a lot of guys at SMB, a lot of every a large portion of profitable traders and traders use this thing because we're working on ourselves. So yeah, okay, okay, no worries, brother. What else? Anything? You have anything else? Okay, perfect. But so just going over, first off, thank you very much. I appreciate you, bro, and thank you for the feedback. Hey, no, no worries, bro. I'm still learning myself, man. Sometimes, to be honest with you, it feels weird to like help others because sometimes I look at myself and I even doubt myself, man. And like sometimes there are days that I take losses, like there are goals that I'm still working on, and it's been a long time. It's been 9 years, and I know I'm decent at it, but it's a journey, and it feels good. It feels good to help. But bro, the summary of what we said, uh, please take into account, and you should do. One of them is right now. Go ahead. Yeah, use hard stops, bro. And here's the problem, bro. You're not alone, okay? When your stop hits, sometimes if your stop is 25 cents, if your stop is like 308 or 306, it will skip to 330, and then your brain will be like, I'm gonna wait until it gets like 310, right? Because that's like a $20. Um, and that's not a that's not a good idea. So you need to. So what I'm trying to say is, when you leave it to a mental stop, especially if you're a new trader, even if you've been doing it for a while, for me, it's still the case. Um, a hard stop will help you, and then it will make a drastic difference. And then you can always re-enter, bro. If it jumps to 330, or if it hits your stop, let's say your stop is at 306, it hits your stop, and it washes back to 290. Man, rejoin 290, right? If you think it's like the top and it's at the you're shorting the spikes, it's always better to re-enter. But the thing is, don't have yourself. You can't rely on yourself. The more you remove yourself away from the trading, the better it is. Does that make sense? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. And that's the worst thing to have. So that's why you need to have two level twos, and you better not enter a trade, bro, unless you have your hard stops and the range order set up. And then you need to create a button with hotkeys that's liquidate all, and I'll help you guide you through that if you want. And the number three things, bro, you need to upload your stats on TraderView, and give me a call after, even after this thing is done. Like, give me a call if you have questions about the TraderView. Go through the statistics, and that should help you quite a bit. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you for the feedbacks. Thank you for coming on the voice. I know it's weird, awkward, but and hold me accountable because I said I'm gonna do this every 2 weeks or something. If I can make a difference in somebody, that'll make me feel good. So, all right, brother. Thank you very much. Good chats. Take care. You too, brother. Bye. Take care. Hey, amigos. So that's it for the video. Hopefully, it's not too boring, but comment below what you're struggling with. I'm happy to answer any questions in the comment if I can. And and I think I'm gonna create a system. Anybody that like comments on the previous video, I'm gonna try to do this once every 2 weeks or once a month. I'll get somebody random on on the voice and see if I can make a bit of a difference. And yeah, hopefully it should be fun. Let me know what you guys are struggling with, or if there's anything, any specific questions you have at the comment below, and also we'll give you a chance to come on to the next video. Take care, guys. Subscribe if you like if you've been here that long and you enjoyed what you're watching, and have a good day. Take care. Bye.